This is the spiritual download.
Talking about some recent awakenings I've had while out here hiking. Because why not? See, Friday night, I really kind of let loose a lot of energy that I had stored in my body. And I've kind of learned that a lot of physical energy that you feel in your body, kind of that like restlessness that you have deep in your body. For me, I have a lot of restlessness. I let that kind of go throughout dancing on Friday night. How that ended up happening was, I just started dancing and then kind of lost myself in the dancing, as you do as you really let go. Then I tried what's called Sufi Whirling, or what I thought was Sufi Whirling, which basically you twirl around. You know how like you twirl around in 360 degrees and you get really dizzy? I was actually got to the spot where I was like twirling and I did it for like 2 minutes without feeling dizzy. And I was trying to figure out like how was I not getting dizzy while I was twirling around super fast. Well, I had watched a couple of videos as to like how to do Sufi whirling, and you put your right foot in front of your left, and then you kind of like twist your right ankle to the right, and just kind of keep twirling like this. Sorry, you might be getting dizzy in the video from that, but literally you keep just turning right, kind of like in NASCAR. I kept doing that, and then when I stopped, my consciousness, I learned what it's like to be your true self kind of in the background. So when they talk about the third eye is actually much more in the back of your visual field, because we tend to think like in our really busy lives we like to focus on things. So it's actually not about focusing on anything in particular. It's about more like stepping back into being able to see the peripheral vision. So you're basically going from more of the front of your brain and your physical eyes to more back here. So you begin to identify more with like the back of your head. There's actually a point, if you can find it on the back of your head, your spine goes up and up your neck, and then it kind of in this area, it finds the beginning of your skull. So kind of at the bottom of your skull, this area is an interesting spot spiritually. If you can put your awareness there, you can kind of feel some new energies starting to come into your brain. My mind, I saw that my mind started to become the environment. There was no inside or outside. It's like my inner life became my outer life, and my outer life became my inner life. And then I kept kind of dancing. Then at one point I like shook my body, like writhing, or you know how like when people do the robot and they just kind of like literally shake everything in your body. So you're shaking everything in your body from your feet to all the way to the top of your head, and then your arms start to kind of like do this. And then it comes out of your hands like this, and you can feel your pectoral muscles loosening, your back loosening. So I did that a couple of times, and then at the end of the album, the last song was like this song about Shiva, which is a song about, so Shiva is the god, I guess the eternal peace, the eternal void, the eternal nothingness of God. And I kind of lost it, like I got lost in the song so much that like my body was taken over by the song, and I kind of closed my eyes and I began to see this white light. And the white light was not just in one spot. The white light is like everything, and the white light moves. It dances like this, and it wants to control your body so that you can become in union with that white light. And so that was for like 4 minutes. So like for 4 minutes, I completely lost a sense of who I was, like who I normally operate as, and like my whole body became part of that white light, the dancing white light. So that was that was beautiful. That was beautiful. And then when the song was over, I got kicked back into like my normal thought process, and I felt like my brain and from my neck, my brain had opened up, like left, right, forward, back. It opened up into like this such peacefulness that really I was only my body, and my whole head had felt like my head had split open into nothing dangerous, but peaceful, completely peaceful. It was amazing. Then I went to like the kitchen area and just kind of had to sit in the dark for like 15 minutes just to like reorient myself, which was it was very peaceful, but also kind of weird to kind of lose a sense of who you are in one way, like who you've always thought you were, but then you're re-identifying with like, oh yeah, that's who I've always been, is that peaceful white light that's dancing all the time. So it was kind of a recent awakening. It was kind of more like a head awakening or a vast consciousness type of awakening. And then on Sunday, 2 days later, what happened was I went for a pretty intense jog. I've been jogging a lot more because I have this intense energy. I want to harness it. I want to use that intense energy in my spiritual practice. I don't want to see it as like, oh, intensity is bad. I want to utilize intensity in a way to see where does it lead to? Where does intensity lead to? So what I found out with jogging is like I'm trying to connect my whole body. I'm trying to like become this potential that I am, my fullest potential, which is my mind, my heart, and my body, everything. I want to connect it all. So I've been jogging more, and after this intense jog, I've really entered into the breath. Like when I jog, my throat opens up, like my throat chakra area. So with jogging more, I get more in touch with my breath and how the ultimate source of your energy is the earth and the sky. That might sound kind of weird, but the energy that you need to have in order to live comes from above and from below. So I feel it entering in through my head, specifically like the source being the crown chakra, coming down, giving you like really peacefulness, and then a lot of the intensity, but also like the state of rest. The state of rest also comes from like your legs and your root chakra, a little bit more near your pelvis. So that kind of comes up into your gut area, eventually reaching your heart. And then the energy from the crown comes down into your heart chakra, through your head and through your throat. So when you're doing intense exercise, it's important to really open up, especially in the throat area. Breathing like this. So when you're doing intense exercise, you can just keep going. You go into that second, that third wind because you're breathing. I learned a lot about this from Wim Hof. If you want to try any Wim Hof techniques, I've been trying them a little bit, and taking cold showers. That helps you with your opening up your throat chakra, and having your body, really having your consciousness enter every part of your body. So I took a shower after my jog, and the bathroom, like I felt the temperature of the water, the temperature of the room, and the temperature of my body felt like all kind of the same. So I felt like my body and the water all kind of merge in together. And it all, like, everything kind of became like a soup. So there wasn't like this clear boundary between myself, my body, my environment, the water, my skin, the humidity, and also like even my thoughts. My thoughts slowed down because I noticed that profound oneness, that profound sense of oneness. So I kind of, I didn't see much separation between things and myself. And that was really profound. That feeling lasted for a couple of hours, even while I was driving back to town. But then last night, I did a meditation right before bed, and I could really feel that white light that I've described, that peaceful white light trickling into my whole body, specifically my spinal area, my central nervous system, and my brain. It kind of began to trickle in, and it like reinvents you. The white light like reinvents your sense of who you are. You become much more vast. Like if you sat here and the white light entered, you can kind of see like the sun. The sun is very, very powerful, full of white light entering through your head, or entering in through your root chakra from below. And it's so vast that you lose a sense of that limited self that we tend to think that we are. We really lose touch of that sense, that limited, human, imperfect sense. It's like this limitedness all of a sudden gets overtaken by this vast white light. And when this first began happening to me months ago, like, it's so scary because you're losing a sense of yourself. You're losing a sense of I exist. but we have always, or for me, like me, you, we have identified our whole lives with that limited self, except for when we were like really young. Nowadays in our culture, you know, you're taught that you're an individual, especially in America. If you're an American, you're taught that you're an individual, you know, that you have this identity as Kyle or Steve or Annie, right? But that's not really what you are. That's really not what you are. You are like the forest, right? So next time you're in the forest, like, begin to feel that oneness energy, that heart energy, that love energy, that peaceful energy that's like everywhere, and it surrounds you 360 degrees all the time. But we get so mired and lost in our daily life that we don't see it. But why? Why don't we see it? It's literally everywhere all the time. Why don't we see it? Why don't I see it? Like, it's here right now in this forest. You hear this quiet peacefulness. This is what we are. And this oneness comes into your body and wants to heal you. It wants to come into your body, wants to heal you. Why don't you want to be healed by it? Why don't I want to be healed by it right now? Because of our society. Our society expects us to be this limited self. You have to be this Kyle, and this Kyle has this like unmoving aspect of itself. But that's not true. You know, like, why do we have to be so static? Like, Steve is this way, Annie is that way. No, reinvent yourself. Reinvent who you are. You're more vast, you're greater, you're more peaceful, you have more potential. You are next to God. You are seated at the right hand of the Father. the Father being all of this, the Mother being all of this earth. You are seated at the right hand of the Father of the universe and at the right hand of the Mother Earth. That's what we are. Like, it's just a fact. But we need to get back in touch with that. Feel your feet as you're walking. Feel your feet touch the earth as you're walking. Feel your head connect to the sky. And live here in your heart, in the middle. Feel that. Feel that really profoundly. Living in your heart and not in the front of your brain all the time. Thinking, problem solving. No, that's like, problem solving is good, but not all the time. Usually we're overthinking. See, thinking is like any addiction. It's just like any addiction. You can lead to unhealthy thinking. Unhealthy thinking is judgments. We need to see these judgments as just another cloud in the sky. Like today, there aren't any clouds in the sky. Today's a day for clarity. Don't have so many judgments. Or see the judgments and just let them go. Let the judgments go. Be here. Be here in the forest. This is where everyone wants you to be. This is where you want to be. This is where God wants you to be. In the forest. Mentally, heart-wise, soul-wise. 100% of yourself here. In eternity. It's not even the present moment. This is forever. This forest. This life. This peacefulness is forever. You've forever been this. There's no past, there's no future, there's no present moment. It's this forever. So live here, be here, right now. It's more now than now, it's more here than here. So let's come together in this peacefulness as a human race, even in these difficult times, these tough times. It's pointing us more towards the stillness, more towards the be yourselfness, your true identity. Find that motivation to be your greatness. Your greatness is what God wants you to do. But you can't be great when you're in your head all the time. Greatness is allowing this energy of the forest into your body, completely in. All the way to every cell of your body. This is embodiment. It's not just enough to have one spiritual experience. No, you can have it all the time in every cell of your body, all of the time. It's freaking amazing. It's so amazing. You know you want this. I want this. We all want this. We can transform this whole human race into this glorious paradise, turning stress, our stressful lives, flipping it on its head, turning over the tree. So now you see the roots, and the roots are just paradise. It's self, it's earth, it's sky, living there. Turning all of our beliefs on their head and seeing that belief systems are just bullshit. I'm sorry. All belief systems, all spiritual belief systems, even. It's not it. The only thing is this. The only thing. It's not even my word this. It's just this. This is what you are. Trust yourself. Trust your heart. Trust your intuition. You need to trust God. You need to trust the universe. It's not a scary place. Vast emptiness is peace. And fear is just earthly energy that you are. The vast earthly energy. There's nothing to be scared of. You're gonna be okay. Dive in your fear and see what it is. Discover what your source of fear is for yourself. What is it? Be curious. Be like a scientist. So that's what you are. So let's go be it. See you guys next time.